Councilman Grandstand, what are your thoughts about traffic congestion on the UND campus?
I think that we're lucky in Grand Forks to live in a place where there really isn't much traffic congestion. Even on the worst, at the 5 o'clock rush, it takes 20 minutes instead of 15 to get from one end of the town to the other. So I think we're really lucky. I think across UND, it's maybe a little bit tougher because you got people crossing the street, but that should be expected in a really dense area that's really made for pedestrians and not for cars. So, I think we're in a really good shape. And one of the things that we should note is that because we have very little traffic congestion, it makes sense to be careful in where we invest our dollars in infrastructure. One of the things that we've done recently, and again, this is more reactive than really planning strategically for the long-term future, is we decided to take a really small section of Columbia Road and expand it to 6 lanes. That's just from the Demers overpass to Arby's, where Arby's is, which is 14th Avenue South. So that's going to be 6 lanes. It'll cost an extra $1 million to do so. That's your money. And that's money that we could use to fix other areas of Columbia which are in dire need of repair. And the fact that it's in the state that it is shows that we don't have a good long-term plan for keeping our infrastructure in good repair. It's just not excusable that it's in the state that it is. So, and having a plan that will ensure that we have good, well kept up infrastructure even as we grow is something that I will do for life.
Mayor Brown,
yes,
your thoughts about traffic congestion on the UND campus?
Well, we are fortunate that our commute time is 12 minutes. And as the mayor, you deal with the council. And we used to get highway user funds, and highway user funds are supposed to be used for highway user things. When the council says, we don't really want to repair our roads, we really want to go this way. So we're taking this to do that when it's intended to do that. So then as mayor, we try and say, let's use highway user funds for highway user projects. And so you're dealing with a legislative body that has control of the purse, and you don't. And so we do get disrepair, we do get things like that. And I do think that congestion on UND with the students, when I was taught to look both ways before I cross the street, and I drive through UND and I see people who just walk right out, and you think, thank God the sun's not in my eyes, thank God I'm not looking at the radio, I'm watching what's happening. So I think it's personal responsibility, but I do not see that becoming a mall, because it's one of our major east-west roads, and I think commuters, it is a problem 9 months out of the year, but 3 months out of the year it's not as big a problem. And we talk about, density. When I was first elected mayor, UND said, let's go from 10 to 14,000 students, and you go, yeah, that's a great plan. All of a sudden now we got 14,000 students, where are you going to put them? So now we are with the League of Cities University Community Coalition, and we are planning, and that's what the council, we had all those discussions. Remember about limiting how many people can live in a home, how the driveway has to be there, how many cars can be there. And we had to deal with that zoning around the university to stop everything from becoming rental, because we need to preserve the quality of our neighborhoods. And I'm so proud of our neighborhoods, like they're near North, standing up for these are our children, these are our values, we don't want fantasies in our neighborhood. And now we have young children that are going to be attending the schools, and the school board could see that now these schools will be thriving in 3 to 5 years. So we didn't close the schools, which was a wonderful decision.
Thank you. Councilman, would you?
Sure. One of the things that my opponent mentioned was that we have to deal with the council. It's not just the mayor, even though the mayor does have pretty wide latitude in Grand Forks, so we have a strong mayor system. But one of the things that having a long-term strategic plan and putting in the time and effort in order to build one, that's based on what the community values, what they think we need to keep, and what they think we need to improve. One of the things that's beneficial about that is you can hold both the mayor and the council accountable. And so if we have a council that's not willing to live by the long-term strategic plan that the city, the whole community has put together, then there are elections and we can deal with things that way. So I think that's important, and putting together that long-term strategic vision and holding the council accountable to it is something that I will do as mayor.
Mayor, do you have a rebuttal?
Just that you're dealing with 7 people with 7 very different ideas, and you work together. And I don't have a confrontational leadership style. I always get more by working together with people. And if I confronted the council and vetoed something, all of a sudden that's the news. It's not where are we going as a city, it's who's going to win, who's going to lose. And we all lose because we're losing sight that Grand Forks is the most important part of the discussion, not the council, not the mayor. And that's my leadership style, and I'm proud of this work. Look at what we've accomplished. We got our dike done under budget, ahead of time. We got a beautiful greenway, we got bike paths, we got dog parks, we got all these wonderful amenities because we worked together and it didn't become a contest. It became, what do we do together?